Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a casted game for Age of Empires 4, and today we have a special matchup between the Abbasid dynasty in the southwest corner of the map, played by Core as the colour green. And in the northeast, playing in orange, we have Salami, also known as Corvin, playing as the Chinese. The map is Lipany, and well, this is a fascinating civ matchup because both civilizations have the capability of getting those villagers, getting those eco running super fast. We've got wheelbarrow coming in already for Core. Early wheelbarrow means that the economy and these villagers will move faster, gather more, and well, basically things are going to be moving very fast ahead with the economy. And speaking of economy and the Abbasid dynasty, their civilization very much lends themselves to getting a second town center early with the fresh foodstuffs technology, which reduces the cost of their villages by 50%, so you get two for the price of one, makes getting that second town center kind of pretty easy to kind of produce those villages and maintain those production incredibly early. Going up with the House of Wisdom now, that is the building they need to age up through all of the ages, the single landmark that they have to get them to the next stage. Of course, they have two in total. They've got their primary town center. The two landmarks in total for the Abbasid dynasty. On the other hand, the Chinese can get multiple landmarks, can unlock dynasties. And will we see the Song dynasty? The Song dynasty are the heart of their eco for the Chinese. That reduces the production time for villagers by 33%. And so you can see why the Chinese can really boom very effectively. Will we see a traditional two-town center Song dynasty build for Salami here? Or will we see something a little bit more exciting? We do see him going up with the Imperial Academy. And Salami is one of those players that can mix it up, can establish his own meta, plays off meta often. And we shall see if we have a special matchup today with the Chinese under the hands of Salami. Going with a village there to increase the population space that he has, also acts as a garrisonable building. So if he is under a bit of pressure, he can hide those villagers in there. No wheelbarrow just yet for Salami. Going for that double scout Salami, looking to try and chase down the scout for Core. Keeping an eye on where he is. Villagers on gold. Not sure why the villagers walked off there. That's a bit curious, but anyway, it is what it is. And of course now we see the Abbasid dynasty going up with the economic wing as expected. We'll be able to unlock that fresh foodstuffs technology in the feudal age. Going quite heavy on stone. We can see that two-town center build coming right off the bat for the Abbasid dynasty. We'll be getting the villager count pretty high, pretty quickly. Be interesting to see if we see Salami go on the back of this for a Song dynasty. Could afford wheelbarrow, is opting not to get it just yet. We'll see how he plays this out. It's going to be getting in an Imperial official, I suspect, from the Imperial Academy. Can't afford it just yet in terms of food. Kind of struggling on that front. Does have quite a few villagers queued up, so if he unqueued a couple of villagers, he would be able to afford it. Maybe considering to get the Imperial Examinations technology later in the game, which increases the maximum gold amount carried by an Imperial official from 40 to 80. And the Abbasid dynasty will be getting up to the feudal age pretty quickly now. There we are. Going to be unlocking that fresh foodstuffs, I suspect. We shall see if he collects that immediately. Doesn't have the gold for it just yet. Force dropped off the gold, now does go for that fresh foodstuffs. Immediately takes those two villagers off of the gold to go to stone. Where are these villagers going forward? They're going forward for a second town center on the berries. Now, the fact that he's going for 3 more villagers on stone suggests he might be saving up for arrow slits technologies from outposts. Maybe even a third town center. 3 villagers here for Salami, just hiding around. Where are these villagers going forward? It might be a Barbican drop. It does appear to be because he's sending 7 villagers. That's quite an investment. We shall see where those villagers are going towards. Don't quite know just yet, but they're certainly making their way across the map. A lot of idle time, so we'll need to make this count. But we know what Salami's like with his strategy. Might be dropping it in front of the sacred site potentially. Might be even going further aggressive. Maybe on the wood line. We'll need to see where this Barbican actually gets dropped. And the scout for Core does spot it out, so that's going to be an issue. Core will be able to react, or well, should be able to react. You certainly have the vision to. Where are these villagers going to pop down that Barbican? Will it pop it right down the jugular, or is actually going to go for the Core base expansion? Going for the berries here. The villagers from Core being pulled, but there are 2 scouts there. The 1 scout for Core, adding a bit of vision there. Villagers are fighting. The scout may go down. The villagers are going to go towards building the Barbican. They're focused on that. The Chinese villagers do build faster, so that could be useful. There is a horseman on the field now for Core, and this is a problem for Salami. Not sure if he was anticipating that the Barbican will go up, but he has suffered some losses. I think an extra couple of villagers got pulled there. Didn't seem to lose too much there in the end, though. I wonder if it's because he's got textiles. It is indeed because he's got textiles. So Salami spent his gold on textiles, and that made those villagers super tanky, or tankier anyway than expected. And those villagers are going to head towards the berries, deny those berries for the Abbasid dynasty, but more importantly, get that food for himself. He's actually denied 2 berries with this Barbican and Sun, so great value. 2 town centers for the Abbasid dynasty. Those villagers will be stacking up in terms of production. 26 for Salami, 30 at the moment for Core. Getting a 3rd town center perhaps here. Got 400 stone. Can afford it on the stone count. Just needs a bit more wood. And then he'll be able to pump out more villages with a 3rd town center. Very aggressive play from the Chinese. Barbican rush. Barbican drop there on the front. And behind this, looks like Salami is playing this 1 town center. Does have Song Dynasty though. He's going for a fast castle behind this, I think. You see a number of villagers on gold and a decent number of villagers on food, but they're all on the front line. That's not being supervised just yet. There is a stable going forward as well as a proxy base. And a blacksmith at home. But certainly Salami is looking to play a little bit of an extended feudal, maybe then transition to the castle age. There's the 3rd town center on the deer. That's going to be a lovely amount of food for Core and the Abbasid dynasty. 3 town centers versus the 1 Song Dynasty town center. Certainly the Abbasid dynasty will start to pull ahead on the villager count. 36 for Core, 32 for Salami. And with the blacksmith now going for siege engineering, you can see now it's going to be feudal age aggression, that is for sure. Will we see some archer ranges for some Jugunu? We will have to see. Getting an outpost on the gold needs to protect that position. We'll be wary of horsemen coming in, maybe even considering walling on this east side. We'll see. That'll be extensive wood consumption there to do so. So I'm not sure that will happen, but horsemen are queued up. Just the 1 stable here so far for Salami in terms of production buildings, but it is forward, and there's an archer range going down as well. That'll give him access to archers and also Jugunu. We'll see what he opts for. Just the 1 stable here for the Abbasid dynasty, but he's opting for that 3rd town center boom, and so that will certainly help his cause as time goes on. Things really starting to heat up now with more production buildings going on the line. There's actually an archer range, so double archer range and a stable here for Salami, looking to be aggressive here. And well, that is his playstyle. This is why we love to watch him, that is for sure. Trying to keep his army alive. Does lose a scout there, Core. The horsemen do cycle through towards the gold vein, and so it's a good idea to get those outposts in the end. Certainly helping the cause here for Salami. And the horsemen aren't going to be able to get too much more value. They have done a bit of idling, but not much more than that. Certainly a good effort there for Core to try and fight back and actually put some pressure on. On the front lines though, there are double archer range, and there we can see a battering ram being built by Jugunu, so it will be a Jugunu horseman combination for Salami for now at least. Will we see some spearmen? Because of course there are quite a few horsemen, and that's the double stable that Core has, producing from both. There's a fight here with the horsemen. Salami kind of catching up to those horsemen from Core. Let's take a look at the blacksmith upgrades. Just the siege engineering so far for Salami. And do we have a blacksmith for Core just yet? Doesn't? Yeah, he does. Only siege engineering. Well, he already gets siege engineering for free anyway. So has the blacksmith, but hasn't invested in any upgrades just yet. Might need to get the iron undermesh considering how many Jugunu there are. Villagers being pulled. The ram goes in, but the villagers being pulled to try and defend that third, or well, this is the second town center technically. Goes on the other side of the mill, and this second town center will go down if he's not careful. A couple of Jugunu behind, but we'll need to have some spearmen there because those Jugunu are pretty exposed to the horsemen. The Jugunu will do a lot of damage though, especially with the Barbican of the Sun there though. There are horsemen garrisoned inside the town center. That'll be a problem because the horsemen can just pop out anytime. As they do, does a couple of damage, a couple of HP loss on that rams, and this is a problem because now Salami does have a second ram come out and lose a couple of his units to the town center fire though. Now since the recent patch, I think you can only garrison 10 villages. That is the case, yeah. Only 10 villages in that secondary town center. Only 15 are garrisonable in the primary town center. The 2 rams going to try and take that down. That third town center is running very nicely for the Abbasid dynasty. 61 villagers for Core, 46 for Salami. So Salami's certainly heading to a big villager deficit, but he's actually going to be able to do some damage on the town center. Horsemen surround one of the rams. One of the rams gets destroyed, so might not even lose this one. Even if he does, horsemen will be going down, a lot of them. So the Zhugnu doing a lot of damage here. Horsemen do then garrison inside the town center. Another ram is being built on the field. So far 900 wood invested in these rams. Rams being funded by this lumber camp here, being supervised by an Imperial official. Imperial official also supervising the blacksmith, which is not actually researching anything just yet, so Salami might want to move that onto doing other things. Second ram being built by the Zhugnu. We'll see the horsemen cycle around to this woodline. This woodline is awfully exposed. No spearmen there. No production buildings at home. It's all forward. No outpost here either. There is a village that they can garrison the villages in, which might come in handy. This woodline relatively exposed. Arrow slits in this outpost on the right side. Farms going down in the primary town centre. Switching to that farming economy, of course, having to do so because of the denial of the 2 berry patches by this one Barbican in the sun. Villagers trying to rush into that second town centre, and they're being picked off. Being picked off on the way. Holy moly, there is now textiles for Core, but there's a lot of horsemen there on the field. You get the feeling that spearmen need to come out. No barracks just yet though for Salami. He'll see the number of horsemen and the investment that's been put in here. 2 stables, 3 stables, 4 stables. Holy moly. It's horsemen galore here for the Abbasid dynasty, and well, you can't blame them. They have a lot of savings on food. That town centre is now on fire with 3 rams firing at it. Horsemen do pop up, but there's a lot of Zhugnu trying to fire at them as they head back. And this is huge. Core has lost a lot of units because he's been diving in and out, not actually taking an engagement, but the Zhugnu have that damage range, and so they've taken out a lot. Now the Ram's going to head forward, going to take out some of the houses perhaps, maybe looking to pop cap Core, and that is exactly what happens. He's capped at 100, he's about to even go worse than that. We'll need to start building some houses, spend the wood on that, and slowly but surely, Salami pushing forward, but Core saving his army, not diving in with the horsemen just yet, wants to take one big decisive fight, and who could blame him? Getting spearmen in the mix as well. A couple of villagers there, pretty idle there, trying to share one sheep. Not enough space around to get all the hands there, but there are lots of stables. He's been pretty badly housed here. Core needs to rush down those houses. Trouble is he's not got the wood. He's really struggling for wood. He's going to struggle getting the houses down now. They're building with a heck of a lot of villagers. 14, a lot of idle time being caused here. And now the stable's going to go down, so the production capability is slowly dwindling here. Only 2 stables left behind this after this one goes down. I take that back because wood has been spent on more stables at the back, but these are expensive. They do not come cheaply. Villagers now being rushed onto wood. Lots of villagers from the primary town centre going towards the third town centre. Villagers going towards the right side. I'm not sure where they're going to. Maybe the gold. I suspect that would be the case. Will we see Castle Age coming in for Salami? No, he's making it a full feudal affair for now. Rams are being pulled back. Lots of horsemen. There are Zhugnu. No spearmen though. This could be a big cleanup for Core. Lots of Zhugnu being attack move microed, but he is struggling. The horsemen dive in, and this is a problem. There aren't that many Zhugnu, but they are doing a lot of damage, has to be said. Be a half decent trade, but the horsemen will counter these Zhugnu heading back towards the Barbican and Sun. Salami might lose everything here. Didn't add any spearmen to the mix. Went just pretty unidimensionally in terms of unit composition. Now he's going to struggle. He's going to be cleaned up. Core winning this fight, taking the army advantage. Holy moly, he's got 31 military left versus the 12. The horsemen do it for the Abbasid dynasty. They ride in and they do a lot of damage on these units. The Zhugnu are all but gone, and now there's a plenty of horsemen here on the front line. 23 to be exact on the screen, at least so far. They'll be microing down the Zhugnu as they're built. Now horsemen maybe looking to siege down the Barbican Sun. Probably won't want to. He's got a lot of weak horsemen here, so that'll become an issue. Rams will go down there. He's keen to take out the Rams, and then maybe the Barbican and the Sun behind that. But Salami behind this, building up a large wood store. He's now taking into barracks, getting a market as well, looking to balance the economy. Triple barracks going down, villagers going on the left side, looking to capture, well, that's a lot of food there. 2 patches of deer right next to each other, and the berries. The horsemen going to finish this area off, going to take out this proxy base, take out the Barbican and the Sun. There are 7 villagers here being idled as well. Let's take a look at the village count. 83 for Core, 63 for Salami, 20 villager lead. And that's looking good for the Abbasid dynasty, that is for sure. Salami being pegged back here, didn't have the spearmen he needed on hand, and now Core looking to be dominating in this part of the game. He's going to be reclaiming his berries. Losing this position is very, very key. Villagers trying to repair the Barbican and Sun, trying to get as much value as possible, but the horsemen will take it out. Quite a larger number of them now. Well, there's 7 villagers there will be taken down. There are 3 Shugnu, they will be taken down as well. Villagers now going towards the berries. That free food will be strong for the Abbasid dynasty, but he's got a great farming economy anyway. Look at the farms being dropped here by Core. Gonna have a huge farming economy. And can Salami come back from this? That is the major question, because now he's gonna have lots of horsemen in his base. He's gonna take out the proxy buildings, and that's gonna be a lot of wood that Salami's gonna need. He did have a lot of wood. He needs to produce those production buildings again. Triple barracks and archery range. Definitely needs that tech switch. Won't have the mobility on his side though with the spearmen versus the horsemen. Villagers placing down those farms, relatively exposed, just the one outpost with no arrow slits or hand cannon slits in the case of the Chinese. Villagers on the left side gathering a lot of deer here, pretty exposed, but it is being supervised, so we'll be getting that food count super fast. And the spearmen now rushing forward for Salami, taking a really good trade here. Very good fight for Salami, bad fight for Core. He's getting a good surround, will be able to take the fight, but he's losing a lot here. A lot of these horsemen are weak in health. I don't know if this is a good fight. Core taking it anyway. He sweeps it up. He does lose a lot, but he takes it out. And now he's going to take out the village. Going to double down and put on some aggression. That was a decent trade though for Salami. That might offer him a way back into the game. Has reduced the number of the horsemen quite significantly. And a lot of them are very weak in health, but population is going to be a difficulty for Salami now. Losing each village is pretty expensive. Now the spearman heading through with a couple of Shugnu, manages to keep hold of one of the archery ranges. Quite significant. Look at this farming economy now for Core. 65 villagers for Salami, 96, and not only that, he's also getting some of the upgrades. Getting horticulture, I believe that was queued up for Core. That is indeed the case. His gathering food rate will be increased by 15%. See a bit of a fight at the front line. What is going on here? So the berries have been kind of taken over again, and looks like Salami going to repair the Barbican of the Sun. Wants to re-establish a position here. Does now have the unit army composition he would love to have versus those horsemen, those spearmen. Will do great work, backed up with some Jugnu. There aren't all that many. On the left side, another town centre going down for Core on the berries. That could be very significant. Salami might need to address that. We'll see if he can. And the spearman being pulled to take out the mill. Horseman going around the right side, going to try and snipe some of the Jugnu, but doesn't want to run into the spearman, that's for sure. He backs off, does the right thing, cycles around, uses the mobility just to take another fight, another day. Wants to go towards the primary base now, perhaps. Lots of villagers here for the taking, but there are a couple of spearmen in defense. That is the new age for, I believe it's Core. It is indeed Core. Going up to the castle age, look at the farming economy. The economy looking very solid for the Abbasid dynasty today. And the castle age played by Core. But the army is starting to build up for Salami in the feudal age. 41 military for Core, 42 for Salami. Horsemen going around the right side. Going to be looking to harass those villagers on the farms. We talked about it before. Only one outpost there. Won't be enough to garrison all the villagers. This is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Lots of horsemen there looking to try and take some value off the villagers. But there are spearmen in chase, and that's an issue. He won't want to take a fight against the spearmen. There is the castle age for Salami himself. Goes up with the astronomical clock tower, I'm sure of it. And it is indeed the case. Going to be upgrading his these are camel archers coming in for Core and veteran horsemen. So camel archers and horsemen looks to be the play for Core at the moment. Getting the eco upgrades as well, getting wedge rivets and double broad axe. Spearmen chasing down the horsemen. For Salami getting the veteran Jugnu upgrade. Villagers being pulled here, a lot of them. Runs into the third town centre, or the fourth one really for now. But it is his third because that one got taken out. And economy looking strong here for the Abbasid dynasty. Spearmen going to go through towards this left side. Won't want to dive too quickly, but look at the army production. Holy moly for the Chinese. Being played by Salami. A lot of production here. 3 barracks and 1 archery range at the back at home. I'm pretty surprised about the production capabilities here. Just 2 archery ranges and 3 barracks. It's just constantly been producing. Keeps the army alive. Might be looking to put some pressure on this third town centre now. That is indeed the case. Going to dive in with 30 spearmen. Going to take out a lot of the villagers there with the Jugnu. Some of the villagers do hide inside, 9 of them. But the spearmen will take this town centre down very quickly. See, that's going to be going down, but the horsemen going to try and do some damage. These are veteran horsemen. Spearmen get involved. These are veteran spearmen. That's not a fight that Core wants to take, but he's going to take it anyway. This is going to be a bloodbath for Core. He needs to pull back here. There are camel archers there will do bonus damage against the spears, but the formation isn't right here. The horsemen dive in, and again, and loads of our horsemen do go down on the berries. The spearmen get pulled back, going to focus down on that town center again. Now Core is back down to 2 town centers. A keep goes right down there on the right side for Core, right next to the Barbican of the Sun, and will offer him some protection on this right side. Pretty curious that he went straight against the Barbican of the Sun. He doesn't want to give any more space away, that's for sure. Lots of spearmen, lots of Shuknu back at home. Still pretty exposed here, Salami, so it does need to be careful. It's getting a monastery, maybe for some relics here. Looks like Core is quite heavy on army here, trying to take out the Barbican of the Sun. We'll probably do so, but we'll be taking some losses. Army for Salami going around the left side. Salami is struggling here a little bit because the economy will start to translate into a superior army as time goes on. The Barbican of the Sun goes down, I'm sure the archer range will follow, and there's that landmark going down, the Barbican of the Sun for the Chinese. Salami cycling around the left side, looking to do some damage to the economy. Don't forget the Abbasid dynasty only have the House of Wisdom and the primary town centre as their landmarks. 2 landmarks which Salami will be eyeing up to take care of. We can see some palisade walls going on the right side. Salami looking to protect himself for some raids. This suggests he might be going further forward for an aggressive attack. Does appear to be that he's going to be queuing up his army on the left side. What a fantastic game so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I certainly am. Salami and Core at each other again and again. Today we have them on the ladder. Now spearmen going to be rushing in. Villagers going to get caught out here a little bit, going towards the berries, but the army's on hand. Lots of spearmen. Spearmen Shugnu looking towards an infantry attack. I'm surprised there are no mangonels on the field here for Core. Would love to see some mangonels here for him. Might be able to do some damage with that. And dropping a keep here on the left side. It looks like Salami looking to get a keep of his own. He's got a lot of villagers on stone, I believe. Well, there are somewhere, because he's got 700 already. It is here, setting up for the 800. We'll be sending some villagers on the left side. Holy moly, sending 10, a lot of them. 19 of them. Looks like Core looking to pick up a relic as well, sneakily, just manages to do it. Oh, the keep has been pressured. I'm sure it'll still go up, but Salami knows about it, and it's going to put a bit of pressure on it. Villagers do garrison inside. A couple of villagers lost, but not too many. Ooh, camel archers, veteran camel archers as well. So it looks like veteran camel archers are on the menu for the Abbasid dynasty. Heading towards this position. I'm not sure that Core can push it. Looks like Salami trying to get a keep up. Some of the villagers will be attacked though. The keep's focusing on the keep. He's not paying attention here. Salami might lose some villagers. The keep is firing on the keep rather than the villagers. Holy moly, these guys are not looking here. They're looking elsewhere just for the moment. Oh, Spearman going to focus down on the monk there, on the imam, and the keep does go up. Siege workshop. Horseman goes on that woodline. I'm not totally sure how many villagers died, but looks like a few. Horseman looking to raid this position. Good thing about Salami's position, he does have 3 barracks here. We have to produce a spearman, but the farming economy is at risk. The gold economy is at risk. Villagers being pulled on the right side. Massive raiding happening here on the right side. We'll come back to that because there is siege workshop here. Lots of villagers on wood. Go back to the raid. Lots of horsemen there diving underneath the town centre, idling a lot of the economy. There aren't all that many that came in. It's starting to go down. These towers do have 4 villagers garrisoned inside. Just get the feeling if some spearmen can mass up here, and that is exactly what's happening. A couple of horsemen being filtered in. Spearmen popping out of the 3 barracks. They'll start to group up in numbers and then take this out. I don't think this will last too long. Villagers will be starting to drop there. Let's take a look at the villager count. 87 for Salami, 120 for Core. Now, all things considered, not bad that Salami's been able to keep the villager count high. Now with the keep there, that would be a nice staging ground for Salami to push forward with. Has one siege workshop. It is being supervised. That siege workshop is being supervised, producing those trebuchets, looking to siege down that castle and that keep. Will we see a siege workshop coming out for Core? Don't see any just yet. No, we do. Yeah, there are 2 there. There are 2 siege workshops on the right side. The horsemen looking to take out the villagers on the gold. Villagers getting fighting in the action, but a lot of spearmen, and spearmen will deal with this very nicely. Core losing everything here, losing units left, right, and centre, and that's a shame. He probably wasn't looking, but the villagers are now safe. The Chinese economy is now safe, but for how long? Spearmen really starting to group up here back at home. But look at the army here, spearmen and Shugnu on the front lines, on the left side, 2 trebuchets. Looks like he's trading here. Salami getting a third one out, and we'll be taking out this keep very soon. He's repairing his own keep with the stone. He's got plenty of stone in the bank. Going to solidify that and keep a hold of that position. Going to delay things as much as possible. Cool, walling up this right side. But you get the feeling now Salami is pushing forward on this left side, and he's got an army that's very difficult to counter. He's got Shugnu, Palace Guards, and Spearmen with trebuchets, a lot of siege on the field. Keep does go down, but the keep for Salami stays alive, and that's a problem because now Core can't dive in. He's got plenty of veteran camel archers which will take care of the Spearmen, but he doesn't really have much in terms of counters for the Shugnu and the Palace Guards just for now. Got a couple of Spearmen of his own. Getting some outposts on the right to get that all-important vision. Villagers on the barriers will be going down to the horsemen. Nothing to stop that. Now with 4 trebuchets, 5 trebuchets. I think Salam's going for a landmark snipe. He's going for the House of Wisdom, but there is the Imperial Age coming in for Core. Will it be quick enough? But the trouble is, I don't know if this is the play. Going for the Imperial Age now. He spent a lot of resources in order to do so, but he won't be able to produce army because of that. That was a large investment, but having said that, he's population capped, so it makes total sense to go to the Imperial Age. But will he be able to realize the benefit from it before too long? Remains to be seen. There are a lot of trebuchets there. There is the Imperial Age for the Abbasid dynasty. 5 trebuchets there for Salami. Going to be working on that House of Wisdom. Now that he's in the Imperial Age, that House of Wisdom HP did just increase there a little bit. 4,500, but it's slowly reducing. Is now on fire. This is a problem here. There's a bit of fight here. Spearmen heading forward. The Spearmen are being pulled forward. Lots of villagers still farming at home on the front line. Core is struggling. He's trying to take one decisive fight. Needs to rush into it. The Golden Age Tier 1 is deactivated, losing the House of Wisdom. The problem for him is he's still got this keep to contend with. Can't push his position with the keep there, with the Spearmen and the army there for Salami. Looking strong, now getting reinforcements of Spearmen, and it looks like Salami is sending everything. He's sending the villagers from back home. There's plenty of them. He's going for the kill. He's going for the juggler. Salami wants to end this here. He's taken out one landmark already. Spearmen heading from the front line. This is a mistake for Core. He's got loads of camel archers on the front line. Yes, the camel archers do bonus damage on the spears, but so do the spears on the camel archers, and it just feels like the man-at-arms are back at home. They've been left at home. They didn't get the memo. They're not in position. The Spearmen are going to rip through the camel archers. 5 trebuchets in the background, and now the villagers are being pulled through. They're going to take out the trebuchet, and there are 2 culverins there, but the culverins, will they get rid of the trebuchets in time? There's a keep there they can fall back into if he needs to. Spearmen take out all the camel archers, and now the infantry for Salami and the Chinese pushing forward. There is a 6th trebuchet, I believe. No, it's just a 5, but in any case, he's going to still take it down. The villagers being pulled to the town centre. Repairers coming out for Core, all coming to surround that town centre. Frantic repairs, but the villagers pushing forward for Salami, looking to siege that down. The trebuchet is still alive, and that's on his last health, and he does it! Salami gets the victory! He goes for the landmark snipe, he pulls it back. He was down and out at one point by the Abbasid dynasty eco, but he pushes it back. He manages to take those 2 landmarks, and what a game from Salami! Core must be biting himself. He was looking in a strong position, but Salami takes the win today. Holy moly, what a game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this casted game, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up. Take care, and see you next time.